Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a chit chat, talk through, chatty video, if you will, on the Jaclyn Hill palette. So if you guys want to see me do this makeup look with this palette, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so we are going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette in today's makeup look, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't remember all the colors I used on this eye. I just kind of dabbled into a bunch of different colors and I kind of forgot what I used. Y'all know what the palette looks like. This is the palette. I know everybody has seen this online already. I'm not going to do a review on this. There's too many reviews on it. You either hate it or you love it. I love it. I think these shadows blend really nicely on the eyes. I think the performance speaks for itself. I unfortunately don't have the card stock that has the names on it. I think that might have been at the bottom of the box. Why? I don't know, but I threw the box away and yeah, so I don't have it. So I already primed my eyes and I have my brows on, and I'm using tape because I wanted a nice clean wing liner, which I didn't even go that high. So let's see if I can recreate it. The first shade I'm gonna go into, I believe, is called Silk Cream, and it is this one right here. Just using a Morphe E27. I always use this brush to start off my makeup looks with. It's just a fluffy blending brush. So you're just gonna sweep that all over the eyes and put that in the crease. Honestly, you guys, I used like 10 different shades in here, so I really don't know what I used. And at this point, I think Silk Cream just gets completely blended in, and you can't even tell I used it. So I'm just gonna try and copy what I did. And so I'm using this tape so that it gives me a nice sharp line right here as a guide for my wing liner on the other side. I'm hoping I can execute this better. Okay, so that was Silk Cream, and the next shade I'm going to use is this one right here, which this one is called Pooter. Same brush, circular motions. Mars, you're breathing so loud, dog. I'm kind of bringing it on the lower lash line and also circular motions into the crease on top of Silk Cream. And this color just gives it a little bit more warmth to it. Okay, and on a little dome shaped brush, the E22, I'm gonna use this shade right here. I'm gonna lightly tap that on the outside of the outer V right here, and I'm gonna try to just concentrate it right in this little space right here. And I am just tapping it in there. Tap, tap, tap. And I know for a fact I use both this color and this one, so I'm gonna just tap into both of these colors right here, and I'm just gonna add it to the same space. Listen, I told y'all I used a lot of different colors and I don't even know anymore. Okay, so for the shade all over my eyes, I used this gold color right here, and I'm going to use a flat shader brush. But before I do that, I'm going to add a little bit of glitter glue to my lid space right here that's bare, and I'm just using the NYX glitter glue. I've never tried any other glitter glue. If you have like a sticky eyeshadow base, that'll work too. I don't really think you need glitter glue, but I just wanted this color to stick a little bit more. Not necessarily be more foiled, but just stick a little bit more. I dipped in my flat shader brush into that, and then I'm going to use my primer water just to amp it up, and I'm gonna pack this all over the lid. I like the way that turned out. I only needed to add in one layer, so that's perfect. I'm just going to use my E27. I'm going to kind of wipe it off a little bit because I don't want too much color transfer. I'm just going to kind of blend it right here so that it's nice and blended. And then actually, I'm going to take my flat shader brush and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. It's this one right here. And I'm actually going to kind of blend right here where the gold meets the crease and the outer edge. I'm going to blend it. So I'm going to do the same thing right here. I think that kind of dresses the makeup look up a little bit. Kind of going into my actual crease right here and just adding that color in. Okay, and then back on my dome brush, my E22, I'm gonna actually dip into this dark maroon color right here. It's this matte shade, and I'm just gonna add that right up the outer V. I am gonna go into Silk Cream and this shade right here, these two, just to kind of go back into my actual crease and just kind of lay that right in there. So I just did that. I am going to remove my tape and I'm going to draw on some wing liner, put on some lashes, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have my lashes on and I forgot to put eyeliner for my upper rim, and I'm just using the Marc Jacobs highlighter because it's my fave. I have to be really careful though because this gets on my contact when I'm just doing it like this. You know, you're not supposed to do that because it causes wrinkles faster, but it was the fastest way to do it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara. I don't usually do this step, but I'm going to be extra. Which, by the way, I am wearing the Allure Luxe in the style Opulent. I think these are my favorite from this line. They look the most natural and they're like super wispy and they're light and they're long, so there's still a little bit of drama to them, but I like them. Okay, so complexion, I'm just going to use a primer spray today. The moisturizer I'm using is the Pharmacy one, but it's really tacky, so I think that will be sufficient for a primer slash moisturizer. So just a spritz. I'm going to use my trusty L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is in the shade 108 Caramel Beige. I did go on vacation, so this is probably the only foundation that I have right now that remotely looks like my skin tone. And I'm just going to use the NYX sponge and I'm going to blend it out. See, I think it matches the best. Like I said, I've been having the hardest time with finding a foundation. So here is everything on. Like I said, I think this matches my neck the best. And I think like my face is more tan than my neck, which is really weird. But the rest of my body is like really dark. So there is a clear unhappiness of my skin tone right now. I don't know what my body wants it to be. For concealer, I'm going to use the Nars Creamy Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger. And I'm just going to cover my dark circles right here. I'm not going to do like super duper highlighted looks just because I kind of want the main focus to be the eyes. So I'm just going to blend it out, and I'm going to use a flat edge right here, and I'm actually going to blend this eye out right here, and I'm actually going to set it right away because I have very creasy under eyes, so I need to set it. And then I'm going to set it. Oh, and I'm setting it with the Nars Translucent Crystal Powder, which I really love for the under eyes. Now, I don't know if this causes flashback or not. I don't think it does, but it is super finely milled, so just keep that in mind. Anything that's like really finely milled may or may not cause flashback. I know a lot of HD powders do, so you kind of have to be really careful with that. Boy, let me tell you, I tried the Grande Lips, the Hydrating Lip Plumper. I don't think it really plumped my lips, but it definitely brought the blood to the surface because they are like really, really pink right now. It only tingled for about like 30 seconds and that was it. But it's very hydrating, I will agree to that. Typically I don't care for lip plumpers because I feel like my lips are already big. At least my bottom lip is. I don't need to do that. And I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Cover FX Loose Translucent Powder. And I'm going to use a Morphe E2. I'm just going to dip into that bad boy and just pat it into my face. And then I do like to take this time to kind of just wipe off anything that I have overly packed on to my under eyes, because that tends to be, I tend to get really heavy right in this area, even though I really set it really well, but I get really crepey under there. So I like to set it, but I also like to kind of dust away anything that may or may not be there. Recently, I have been loving this Milani XL Bronzer for my bronzing and warming up of the skin, because I just feel like it's complementing my skin really well right now, just because I've said a million times, I'm a lot darker than I normally would be. So I am using that, and I'm actually going to use I'm going to use this Morphe angled brush. This is from the White Rose Gold line. I will say I do like these white bristles for eyeshadow, but I don't know that I like them too much for face. I just noticed that the face brushes tend to shed so much more, and I have never found that my Elite brushes have shed. Yeah, I only own Elite brushes. And then any other eye brush, they don't shed, but these white haired face ones really do. So I'm just kind of chiseling out my cheeks a little bit here. And I'm only using this side of it, the matte, more cool tone side, because like I said, it's really nice for warming up my face and contouring because of my tan. I gotta stop saying that, man. And I do kind of bring it up to my hairline right here by my eyebrows, and then I'll just take some right here, kind of do this little number up here to balance it out. And then also I am going to dip it in one more time and just run it along the bottom here. It's all about balance. Make sure you're nice and balanced. And to sharpen up this area, I'm going to use this powder right here. It's actually the RCMA No Color powder. I just put it in this little jar because it's easier to use out of this jar. I think I got this at like Five Below, and it was like in their travel section, and it's just a jar. And it didn't do shit. Okay, we're gonna try that again with the Morphe brush. I don't know who else has this problem, but I get this crap everywhere. And it's basically just to sharpen this line right here. So we're gonna let this sit for just a minute and we will finish the rest of the face. Okay, so we're gonna smoke out the lower lash line like I have here. And I'm actually gonna use first, okay, so we're gonna use this shade and this shade. We're gonna use both of these shades to lay down the colors. And I'm just gonna use an E36 for that. And I'm just gonna run it right along my lower lash line right here. The color that I really wanted to use out of this palette was this dark emerald green color. So I'm actually going to use a flat brush for that, and I'm just going to swipe into this color. It is a really, really nice deep forest green color. And I'm just going to also run that right on top and just kind of give it like this really deep smoky effect. And then I'm going to fill my waterline in with some black. And that's going to be the eyes. Okay, so it only felt right to finish the rest of my face off with some blush and some highlighter, and I am using the Jaclyn Hill X Becca collection. I mean, it's only right. Right? This is what the palette looks like. I know this was limited edition. I actually snagged it whenever they re-released it again, and so I'm super happy because I love both of these shades. I think I'm going to use Champagne Pop today. I haven't used Champagne Pop in a really long time, so I think I'm going to use Champagne Pop, and I'm just going to get a fan brush and dip into that. Swirl it up here, across the bridge of my nose, on the other side, and definitely apply highlighter as little or as much as you prefer. I like a lot of highlighter, so I apply a lot of highlighter. Okay, and so for blush, we're just gonna blend everything all in together. I'm going to use, I think I'm gonna use Amaretto, which is this brown shade right here. It's gonna be this color right here. Gonna just dip into that, top it off because they're super pigmented, and just add it right here. Give you a nice rosy blush. For lips, what do I want to do? Probably something nude. First I'm going to take off this, maybe not all of it, but I'm going to take some of it off. And I'm going to go really pale, which is out of my comfort zone. So I think I'm going to pair, I don't know about this, Melancholia by Kat Von D, and then I'm going to top it off with Sugar Sugar from Marc Jacobs, which, if you know Jaclyn, this is her favorite. And I'm just doing a Jaclyn look, so let's go for it. Oh god, I'm already regretting this. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. No go on that color. There has to be a color in here. We're gonna try Fawn. Right? No, Bow and Arrow. Still not the color I was looking for, but it's better. Okay, let me give that a minute to dry off, and I'm gonna top it off with some lip gloss. There, that is a little bit more than what I was looking for. I kind of wanted to give it a washed out look with this bold makeup look, and we're gonna finish this off with some setting spray. Just take a bath in it. Take a shower in your setting spray. And that's going to complete today's makeup look. I really don't have anything negative to say about this palette. That I haven't found anything that I don't like about the palette yet. So if you guys want to see more makeup looks or just reviews from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this makeup look or if you like Jaclyn Hill as much as I do. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.